All right, welcome back to another episode of Small Guys Podcast. Today we are doing Barbie and Secret Invasion. First, we're going to start off with Barbie. Barbie suffers a crisis that leads her to question her world and her existence. This movie has an 88% critic score, 84% audience score. What did you guys think of this movie? I mean, I want to stay off the bat. We've been seeing a lot of Margot Robbie's mid on Twitter.
That is.
I haven't seen that.
That's a crazy take.
That's a horrible take.
Yeah, I think you just made that
That's
up.
a crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no,
So I think we should also
Brian, you know what I'm
address,
talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think we should also address something else. We're gonna do our best to review this as the small guys here, but it would be ideal if we had a girl on for this review.
We thought about all of us
call
getting a
ourselves small
replacement.
feminist.
Yeah, the small feminists for today. We thought about replacing ourselves, like each of us pick a woman. We don't talk to women, so we couldn't really go through with that.
Yeah, but I'm such a feminist that I'm basically a girl. So
Yeah, dude.
I think it's good enough to have me here.
Like, people are like, Brian, you're not a feminist. And it's like, well, my mom's a girl, and I love my mom, so like, I think I'm a feminist. So
there you go.
So
I think
that's
that
me, and I
counts.
told him I saw Barbie.
Let's fly right into the movie with that, Brian. With that scene with Will Ferrell.
I thought he was a good touch to this movie. I'm surprised that
I
they
did too.
got him in
I
it.
did.
And I
So-
thought like
Was he
'cause
not? He wasn't in any of the trailers, right?
Dude, I
Or was
didn't
he?
know
No,
he
he
was
was.
going to be in it. I didn't watch any trailer for this movie at all. Like, I watched zero. All I knew was Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling playing Barbie and Ken, and I was like, I'm in.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
I'm with you, Brian. I thought I saw a trailer. Maybe I only saw parts of it, but I definitely when the like opening credits were rolling and I saw Will Ferrell, I was like, "What the heck? What role does he play?" in here?
We're rolling.
I was
think
like,
he
"Is he
said.
a Barbie?"
opening credits were rolling, but I gotta talk about the end credits real quick. Like how all the Barbie, they're all named Barbie,
Yep.
and then every
All
other guy
Ken.
is Ken. And then obviously we have Michael Cera as Alan.
Well, see, okay,
Which
that's
is
what I was going to
hilarious.
say. I thought it was a bit that Michael Cera was in this fucking movie, and when he came out on screen, I looked at Josh and I go, no fucking way. I thought everyone was just making a joke.
No, I had no idea until the opening credits and they said Michael Cera. I'm like, oh, maybe he voices like a car or something like stupid, but they actually had him in the movie.
Yeah, he had a big role too. And I know
Yeah, no, it was
when we
great.
did our Oppenheimer review last week, we talked about the cast, and this cast is just as crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Kate McKinnon, Will Ferrell, John Cena, Michael Cera. Like, there's so many people here. I mean,
Great
they had 3.
cast.
Did you guys ever watch Sex Education on Netflix? Pretty popular
No,
show.
a lot of people have told me about
And
that.
you
I don't
watched
think
it,
I
right?
did.
No, I haven't seen it.
They have like
I
3 different
I remember
stars
you recommending that, Josh.
Yeah, it's pretty
actually,
good.
I remember you saying
It's pretty
check it
funny.
out.
Yeah, so I think the cast is great. I think you guys agreed. I don't know. It was cool that we got both those movies in the same weekend. I feel like it would be hard to see both of these back to back. I think Aiden, you said that yesterday too, and I agreed with
Oppenheimer.
that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, like back to back, same day, double feature type thing.
So I think we should also say something too. This was, I mean, I kind of went into this and didn't really know what it was about. This was way heavier than I expected as a movie. Like the tone and the message of it. I told Emma after I finished this movie, I said, this was a message disguised as a movie. I said,
100%.
100%.
That's
I was
why like the craziest thing
the
watching.
last 15 minutes. I mean, we'll wait to go to the end there, but I mean, I was like, whoa, what the
Yeah,
But
heck?
Andrew, you say that, and the problem is, I think there's some people out there. There's a group of people that are hating on the movie.
Better not
Guys
be
in
any
particular.
men.
No,
It is men.
That's a bad thing.
Boys will call them. Boys will call them.
Yeah.
Kens will call them.
Not even Kens, no. Who are hating on the movie because they feel like they're pushing like feminist agendas, which
Bro,
I really don't
they
think
missed
so
the
at
whole
all.
point of the
yeah, you're
fucking
missing the
movie.
point.
It's titled
Yeah.
Barbie.
I know.
Well, it's not even that, but the message at the end
Yeah,
was
I
essentially
mean-
that, like, be yourself. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
But how funny was it when Ken goes to the real world and he like brings all that like
Dude,
history back
The,
to
pa-
Barbie
the
Land?
patriarchy, and it's
Yeah.
just horses.
It's hilarious.
No,
Yeah, he
dude,
goes. I think he says like, I thought horses were men, or they're like an extension of men, but I don't remember exactly. I'm
Nah.
misquoting it, but
wasn't
no,
like,
yeah,
they put the Mount Rushmore and it was just horses up there.
Horses.
Yeah, okay, so all in all, the movie was good. I think it was hard though the day after Oppenheimer, and I can't even blame it on a hangover anymore, but like I was kind of half asleep in there, And I mean, we just watched one of Nolan's best films the day prior. Like, I woke up and Josh picked me up, and we were boom at the movies at what 1:00 basically.
Yeah, glad I
And
win.
I don't know. I feel like just with Oppenheimer being the movie that it was, and then going to see this the next day, I didn't even know where my head place was. Like in my head, I was like, all right, it's probably gonna be Barbie having an existential crisis, and it was that. And then we got this great message. To an extent, though, I don't even know. At certain points, I feel like it almost fell flat for me. Would you agree?
I thought that it felt long.
Yeah,
I thought so
I'm gonna
too.
agree
I
with Aiden.
actually
It
felt
a little
myself
long.
checking my phone more, and it was an hour less than Oppenheimer.
Do you think that's because you're a man?
No, because by the end, I didn't touch my phone. It was that middle part.
So
I'm a feminist.
So no,
Brian,
I mean,
Brian was checking his phone up until it was the Kendom.
No, so I went with Mara to go see this one, and I think that if I didn't go with Mara, I wouldn't have found it as funny as I would have if all of us went, because it's different. Like growing up,
all of us pretending that it's not funny.
No, but like it's just hilarious because the entire movie, like from the start to the finish, I didn't think that like no kid. There were so many kids in the theater. They didn't understand one word that they said that entire movie.
No,
yeah, and it's
even the kids in our theater, Josh.
My damn sister, who's 21, doesn't even know what the hell they would say.
I was just about to say, me and Brian, when we went, our theater was full too, and we had a lot of kids. Me and Brian easily laughed the most out of anyone in the theater. I think.
I'd agree.
The one scene that got me, and I want to know your guys' favorite scenes that made you laugh the most. I died laughing. It was when the Barbies finally like got them all unbrainwashed and they were like ready to fight back against the Kens. And the Kens got back from the beach fight and they all came in like galloping, all of them together, and just them making the noise and galloping in was the funniest fucking thing I've seen this year.
I lean when Michael Cera beats off all the construction workers, dude. That fucking scene, and then you see him just choking him out with the bar.
Telling him to shush.
I think this movie had enough little like cheesy, funny moments that a kid would still enjoy it. But the parents are there, like taking it, like
100%.
The mom and the dad and the two kids in this hypothetical scenario are watching two completely different movies.
100%.
Like the kids aren't picking up on any of the existential messages in it, but they got the effects and the goofy stuff and the Barbie.
But see,
and
Pixar does that too.
They do, yeah. This was just like an over top of that. And the one thing that I want to give, like the flowers to everyone there, the set design on this. Perfect.
Yeah, it was
beautiful.
So great,
It looked so good. Like everything looked so
fake,
plasticky and fake, and they did such a good job.
Yeah, it is funny. One of the funniest things that I saw was when they're doing like the first time when they go from Barbie Land to the real world, and you're seeing all those scenes of like them on the rocket, them on the boat, and that fucking bird that's flying around, but it's not flapping.
It's all just
I was
fake.
dying.
You know what that reminded me of, Aiden and Josh? Actually, Beau is Afraid.
Yeah, 100%.
And that crazy scene when he's
literally doing the exact same thing.
Yeah,
he's traveling along the plains or whatever the hell you call it.
But that makes sense too. If you're making like a Barbie world where these girls would fantasize playing with the dolls and stuff like that, that makes sense for that kind of world. So I like that they did that. With the fake waves and everything. And
I wanted to point that out, that the set design for this movie, like from the get go, I was like, I unfortunately didn't really play with any Barbies. That wasn't the path that
I was a G.I. Joe guy myself.
I went down, but
that's why it's too bad we don't have Mike.
Yeah, Mike was a big Barbie guy.
Had all the Barbies.
Yeah,
and the
he
Ken
claimed
dolls.
it was just so that way his G.I. Joes had girls to hang out with, but I never saw any G.I. Joes in his room.
Yeah,
No,
so
but that
Mike
takes
was a
me
big.
back, like-
he had the Barbie house, the car, the plane, the jet ski.
But that's why, like, bringing Mara, like, having an older sister and a younger sister, the absolute funniest part is when they meet Weird Barbie, which, like, they say you play with her too hard, because we had millions of those. Like, my sister just tore them up. And, I mean, that's the thing, too, like, this movie is not even for, like, kids, like, nowadays. It's for, like, kids that used to play with Barbies. So, like, my sister's in there, like, you see all that. And especially the dog that shits. Dude, we had that, and it got recalled. That's why it's in, like, the weird or the recalled toys area, like, misfit toys. And we used to make Mara eat those fucking things. And we're dying. We were so upset that my older sister and my mom didn't come with us, because we all would have been cracking up. We would have been the only ones in that theater laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They even had
went-
like the pregnant Barbie and everything too.
Yeah, dude,
Like-
it's so fun.
and I liked how they said that. They were like pregnant Barbie, and they're like, yeah, Mattel said this one wouldn't slide. Like, we got to get
And
rid
it's a
of
real
it.
thing. It really
Dude,
did
yeah, it is.
exist. It's
They
crazy.
did a really good job of like sending a message, keeping it fake, and relating it to the real world. Like the Mattel headquarters, like that was a great example of like maybe the outside of the building actually looks like that, but everything after that was completely fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny, and that added into it as well.
But I think the narration of this movie made it even funnier than what we thought.
Oh, it
dude.
did.
Like, especially when Margot Robbie is sitting there and she's like, "I'm so ugly, like
Yeah.
I'm hideous," and then the narrator's like, "Director's note or screenwriter's note: don't cast Margot Robbie in a role
Yeah.
like this."
That shit
laughed.
caught me
I was
so
cracking
off
up,
guard.
dude. Yeah. And then especially
laughed
the
at
end
that
when the
too.
President Barbie, like after they get all brainwashed, and she's like. She says like "fuck" or something, and it just censors it out with the Mattel
Yeah,
logo.
with the
Yeah,
Mattel
with the
logo.
Mattel logo. Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
To critique the movie a little bit, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this because I really thought about it after the fact. I know you guys liked Will Ferrell. I liked Will Ferrell. It was funny. The chase scene was really funny. It was like a Scooby-Doo chase scene. Loved it. But if the CEOs and the Mattel office, those guys chasing them down the whole time weren't in the movie, they could have cut out like 20 minutes, and I feel like this movie would have felt a lot shorter, obviously. Like, we all agreed that it felt a little long. I feel like they didn't really add too much to the story.
So
I don't know.
I'll
No, dude, because
I'll
they, I feel
disagree.
like they just disappeared at the end, basically. They'll
I'll
just come running out of the
disagree.
house, and you're like, what?
only a little bit.
They'll come out of the one house,
And that's because I thought they did a really good job of kind of showing like corporate America and how they all literally said that. They said like, "Oh yeah, no, we're hiring diverse behind the scenes." Like, but like, yeah, we're bringing on tons of brand new diverse hires. No, we're not. Like, and they showed that when they go through the executive team. Oh, who's the head of Barbie? This guy. Oh, who's the CFO? Oh, this guy.
yeah, they're all saying, "Oh, that's me." And then
Yeah.
it's even funnier when they're like, yeah, like 2 women total in the history of Mattel. It's like I don't know.
I will
I
say,
can't
though-
remember it all, but I was cracking up, man.
Will Ferrell being in this, and like again with it being a toy and coming to life, all I could think of was the fucking first Lego movie, where that giant plot twist, and that was like I feel like that was a better use of Will Ferrell in the real world
It
versus
was.
the kids' world. But again, it was still nice seeing him, and then that whole scene about the whole where's the women at, and they're like there is none. That was useful, but again, other than that, I think Josh is right. Like, cut 20 minutes out of that.
Oh yeah, I mean it makes sense to see them like travel onto like Barbie World, and like they go and I mean you see them doing the skates and doing all that shit. Like I don't know, it's just
Yeah,
it's
to
stupid.
get there, it was the car. Then what was it? The car,
Then the boat.
There's a
Then
a
the
boat,
rocket
spaceship.
ship.
I'm trying to remember the order.
Yeah, isn't there a
Snowmobile.
jet ski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny every time.
So
It was,
one of the absolute funniest things that happened in my theater when I was seeing it is there were 2 girls like next to us, like little girls, and they had like blankets, pillows, and all that. Mara walks in, she's like, "Someone fucking living here?" And we're cracking up. These girls run up and down at least 5 times throughout the movie to go fill up their slushies, and they sit down, and one of the girls is, I'm like, "God, are you all right?"
Is
And
it like
then
a
the
child?
a child, like 2 children, and then we're dying because when the mom, like at that one scene when the mom is before they like get all the Barbies unbrainwashed, she's like doing that whole spiel like women can't be bosses, women fall, they get back up, all that stuff. I shit you not, there were 2 people walking down the right side of the movie theater, and she goes, "When they fall, someone falls down the last 2 steps."
wow.
Made the
Jeez.
loudest noise. I had tears coming out of my eyes, man. I could not stop laughing. It made it 10 times better.
I sent you guys a text yesterday because we actually originally bought a ticket to see this with Brian and Josh, and I failed to show up there.
Everyone bailed. It's
Sorry.
okay. It was just me, Josh,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend. It was a wonderful triple date.
Sorry, guys. So I asked Emma to go, but she was still in. She was north like an hour and wasn't going to be home in time. And I was like, crap, I got to go see this, for the podcast. So I was like, I guess I'm going to go to Barbie by myself, which was kind of a little bit of a lame moment. Normally, I don't care about that. But I walk in the theater and I texted these guys, to anyone that's listening. I was like, It's literally only me and one other person. We're trying to figure out who the weirdo is.
Guess should have just sat together.
That dude had a pocket full of fucking lotion.
Oh god.
I went over
He's
to
been
him
playing
like,
this for weeks.
I was like, "Do you wanna just grab elite or VIP seats next to each other? Maybe we can."
Take notes on the movie.
You couldn't even laugh because if you laughed, the other guy's looking at you.
No, thankfully, we were different rows at least. Like I made eye contact with him when I walked in. I was like, "Oh shit, there's no one else here." I'm probably one of the only people that will see this movie in Epic as well. Because
I would have seen it in Epic at the
Oppenheimer
time.
definitely was taking the reins on that for the. I don't know. Maybe they just thought MJR where we go was like, throw
Well,
Barbie
they were
in there.
tired of dudes going in at 10 o'clock, getting out at 1 in the morning. We'll throw Barbie
Yeah.
in here for 10 showing, get you up by midnight.
Yeah, I was not too expecting the Sasha Gloria mom and daughter bond relationship of the movie. I like that aspect a lot, especially for a movie like this. What did you guys think of that aspect? I thought that was pretty.
It was a
pretty
great
cool.
aspect, but you know what kind of ruined it was the fact that she wasn't just a single mom. I think her having the husband ruined that whole dynamic for me, honestly.
Yeah, I
Because
was
you
waiting for
really
that one,
thought she
too.
was a single mom, and then they make reference to her dad that's doing Duolingo, and like that was just a waste of fucking time. And he wasn't even supportive. He was like an oblivious husband. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
he
they
was
showed him, like,
learning
3
their
times.
language, but like it's not like it almost would have been funny if it was John Cena being almost like a PC principal type, like where he's super correct and like
Dude, I
women
forgot
can do
about that
anything men
cameo.
can. Like that would be a way better bit than them including that fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
No,
got
that's
that cameo
And
with
women
John
listening
Cena
to
and
this,
Dua
women listening
Lipa.
to this, if I'm wrong
Yeah.
there, let me know what that husband did for you in that movie because like I couldn't pick up on
that made me
anything.
laugh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe, but if they could have done something cooler with it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And two, we didn't even talk about Ryan Gosling as Ken. I think he kind of steals the show in certain aspects
Oh my god!
of the movie. Yeah, the
Dude,
goat.
I couldn't stop
I think
laughing
his
every
singing was
time.
great.
Every time I saw him on screen, I just even from the beginning, the opening scene, I'm like, dude, I can't believe he like agreed to do this movie. I mean, it only benefits him.
The
It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt him at all, but it's hilarious, dude.
I want to say this because it was pretty funny. Me and Brian walked out, and we were just like, dude, that Ken Enough hoodie is so sick.
Oh, I
Like, we
want
both
one
wanted it.
so bad.
And then, dude, I go home, I go on TikTok like an hour later. They're selling that bitch, and it's sold out. And I sent it over to Brian. I'm like, damn, dude, people had the same idea. I mean, this was the first thing we said when we walked out.
Mhm.
So I didn't even know. I know you guys sent something about it, but I never opened the link or whatever. But I saw it. I was absolutely dying. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that thing would be
Like-
so fucking funny to wear out.
I think one of the funniest parts of like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling was when he's up top and they're like in her room and he like bends her over to go kiss her and then he recoils back and he's like smacks himself in the face. I was dying. Like, that shit was so funny, dude.
Dude, that scene
I honestly
too,
thought this movie was hilarious.
it was good. I think one of the scenes that brought me the most joy was when Ryan Gosling, Ken, and the other Ken were competing and they were dancing and it was just 4 Kens line dancing essentially.
Yeah.
Dude, like that shit was so cool.
Dude, when he's like, I'm gonna beat you off. No, I'll beat you off.
Yeah,
No one's beating
that-
each
I
other
was
off.
not
That was
expecting that.
hilarious. Hey, and I thought, like, I remember seeing a trailer or something about it, like, on Twitter, and I thought it was, like, all right, like, a quick little quip. But, dude, they went on for, like, 10, 15 minutes. Like, I'll beat you off right now. And everyone, like, started dying in the theater, man. And the kid has absolutely no idea what's
Yeah, I was
going
gonna
on.
say the kids next to us were quiet as fuck. I think the mom
They
was
did
laughing.
that
Me
in
and
the
Josh
trailer,
were
though.
laughing.
Didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I knew I saw it somewhere, but I didn't expect
Yeah.
it to be as long as it was.
It was still,
But,
yeah, it was still a funny
They
scene
did.
because
They did
right
roll
before
with
that,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
right before that, like Barbie shows up and you see Ken like prepping for this. Like, I mean, this is the biggest moment of his day. It's hilarious. So, and I love how each one has their own thing. Like, there's the beach Ken, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
lifeguard
I'm
Ken.
just
like they're two
beach.
different things.
I'm not
Yeah.
even a lifeguard. I'm just beach.
And then in the real world, he goes to the beach to get the job to work at the beach.
And then-
Yeah.
He's like, I don't do lifeguard stuff.
He's like, I'll just stand right here. But even when they rollerblade on what is it, Venice Beach, they're sitting there and like all the guys are catcalling Barbie. I thought that was funny. And then they go on and they're like, I don't. Ken, she's like, we don't have a vagina or a penis. And then he's
Yeah.
like, I got all the genitals.
I got all the genitals.
It's just like, it's so
What is-
stupid. It's funny.
What does the fucking guy say when Ken walks into the building and he tries to get the job? And he's like asking if it's any type of like resume or anything. He's like, no, I have none of that. I thought men ran this.
Yeah, and he's like, we do secretly, or something like that.
Yeah.
No, he said. I think he said like, we used to, but now we do in the like behind the scenes or something
Now we're
like
in the
that.
shadows or something.
Yeah.
We operate from the shadows.
Yeah, you can tell that guy was down with the cause. Oh, and two, when he goes and talks to the nurse about needing a doctor, or the doctor, he went to talk to a doctor about needing a doctor.
And
He's
that
like, I
was
need to talk to a doctor. She's like, I am. He's like, I need something sharp.
And I can see how you can watch this movie as like man or female and have two totally different like experiences. Like for us, we watch it, kind of laugh, go, "Oh, that's fucked up," you know. Where a female might, you know, take more offense and be like, "Man, this is fucked up." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can have totally two different experiences watching.
But it is making fun of his stupidity, obviously.
It is.
Which
it
is
is. Which
hilarious.
they did a good job of that. Yes.
No.
Yeah. From him
Even when
reading
the
one
girl
book
at
or
the
walking
school's
around.
like,
Did you
"Do you have
did
the
you guys
time?"
notice
He's like,
when he goes to when he's in that hospital, he's like, "Oh, there he is over there in the white." It was actually a janitor. That wasn't even a doctor.
Yeah.
It was actually a janitor.
Well, and what Aiden just said too about the time, him needing the time and didn't know, what that meant or didn't have it in the real world. I love,
Yeah.
because they do a lot of callbacks in this movie, which are hilarious. I love callbacks. And then later on in the movie, when he's talking to Barbie when she comes back to the house, what's it called? The Dojo, Mojo, Casa
Mojo
House?
Dojo Casa House.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so she comes up to him and he's like, she asks for the time. He pulls out, he's got like five
got
watches
30
on.
watches on.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
they're all the girls are. I mean, he's like making Barbie Land like the real world, and I thought that shit was hilarious. He's like, and they kept saying, "Brewski beer me." Some shit like that.
All the TVs had the same horse riding
The
on it.
same Western, whatever the hell it was. The horses just running around.
Yeah,
Well,
I want to say too that dance scene at the beginning, the Dua Lipa song, that dance scene was really good too. They all killed that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
So
waiting for Ice Spice to come
Yeah,
they'll
out.
come out there
dude.
too. Cardi?
That might bring my score down.
No, this
But-
is one of the few movies where I feel like we don't have to like walk through it, I guess. Just
Nah.
'cause it's a little scattered with how it is, but it's because, like I said, this is a message. That's what this is, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
What'd you guys think of the American Fiara scene where she goes on for like 5 minutes explaining the difficulties of what women have to do? Because it is true. I read though that they took like 8 days to film that scene because they just let her riff different times saying different shit. Like
Really?
there's no real like direct script on what she had to say. So I thought that was pretty cool. But 8 days is crazy for that one scene.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a big part of the moment too, where she has to. It's where Barbie's upset in the crazy Barbie house, and
Oh.
she's trying to get her up, and she's giving her this motivational speech, or giving it to all the Barbies and Kens.
No. I thought she did a good job. I don't really. Her face didn't look too familiar. I don't know what she's been in.
Let's see, she's been in a few things.
I felt like I felt like I'd seen her before, but I couldn't pinpoint from where.
Yeah, she was in Superstore. She's in the How to Train Your Dragons, Curb Your Enthusiasm. She's just been
How to
in
Train
stuff.
Your
You've definitely heard her
Dragons.
voice. Yeah, she
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
see
believe
that.
that's what it is.
yeah.
Dude, good plug on the fucking Chevy Blazer in this fucking movie.
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
Yeah,
or
well,
also
that's
that
car commercial.
Or how about the product placement for Birkenstocks as well?
Yeah.
that was a
Works.
that was a good
was
one.
funny.
I had just picked up a new pair like last week, and I was like, man, that was definitely like some product placement there because they made
100%.
good to show the logo like 3 times on that. Like
And
they
then
could have
they
grabbed
even-
Walmart sandals with no logo on them.
She gives her the choice, and she's like, "No, you don't have a choice." She's like, "You just gave me a choice."
Yeah.
Dude, the cellulite joke, too, is funny.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like I said, I can't imagine a kid like going to watch this and understing anything. Like I
Now,
understand they're just watching it.
Kid would, yeah, like I said, you're getting two different movies
It's
for the parent
100%
versus
an
the
adult
kid.
movie.
These
Yeah.
are two, but it has the moments that would entertain a kid enough
Yep.
that they wouldn't, it's not too heavy for like surface level if you're just viewing. once you turn on
Yeah.
the ears and you're listening and you understand what's going on.
See, I was gonna say that part because again, like this could be a movie where kids grow up with it and they're like, "Oh, we saw this in theaters. Let's watch it again." And then the little girl or boy's older, and then you watch that whole rant at the end, and you like understand the meaning. So like that'd be cool to see. But
Yeah.
again, we're 24 years old sitting in this theater, like, all right.
Yeah.
I do want to mention the some of the cast. Rhea Perlman as the creator of Barbie. I
Danny
thought that was
DeVito's
sweet.
wife.
Yep, from Matilda.
Go.
Is he actually married to her in real life?
Yes. Yep.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Damn, I didn't know
And
that.
two, I think the older woman that you see on the bench when Barbie sits next to her and tells her that she's pretty
That might be
is
the
Ruth's like daughter in real life.
gotcha.
The creator's daughter in real life.
Yeah, because
So I
they
thought that was
focused on
really
her for
cool.
like quite a minute, so it makes
Yeah,
sense.
you're like,
It's gotta
who
be
is
someone
that? So I looked it
significant.
up after the fact. Yeah. So I thought
That
that was
was
cool.
older
to
lady
look
on the
at her.
bench.
Yeah.
Good way to play
Nice.
homage and
Yeah.
pay homage.
Yeah, and I like
to
the
her.
talk that Ruth and Barbie had like at the end where they were walking together. I thought that was me and Brian had a girl next to us who was like bawling her eyes out at that part.
Really?
So yeah, I mean the movie's you don't expect it to be kind of sad or hit you.
Yeah, it is pretty sad.
I
Think
mean
about
we're
your
all
girlfriend.
no girl next to her, and then,
I-
the sister of the 9-year-old
Brian was
girl was laughing at her.
All right, I
I-
remember now. It's been a while,
Well,
guys.
Yeah, so
I-
rush to that end there, Josh. Talk that so we can.
Well,
Wait.
I think we're all like, I'm 23. You guys are all 24. You guys are old as hell. I'm on the younger side, but I think
Wait,
we've
when
all
you
been at that
turn
point.
24 like really, really soon, so we're gonna round
It's
up.
a
And
while
call you
from now.
We'll call you 25. We're gonna
Yeah.
just round
Nah,
you
it's,
right up to
it's a
25.
while from now.
Yeah.
It's a few months
We're-
away.
We're gonna
I'm
round
still
you up.
23 though.
25.
No, I think though.
Show your license.
from Barbie's standpoint, I connected to the point where like she wasn't sure what she wanted to do when she got to the real life. She felt lost in this movie, and we're that age where it's like, what the fuck do we want to do with our lives? And I feel kind of lost too. So it was cool to connect with the movie from that aspect. I'm not sure if you guys did, but I liked the ending a lot actually.
Dude,
And I was
even
not
well-
expecting it to go that way.
Even from the beginning, because you're so right, Josh. Like that is like one of the main takeaways, especially for our age. Is like you're right. We are kind of living that. We don't know what the hell we want to do. This isn't it. Obviously, we're gonna figure our shit out in the next coming years.
You don't wanna
But
be
what
a
was
part
really
of
funny was
small
in the
guys?
beginning. In the beginning, though, when the first time she like breaks character, she goes, "You guys ever think about death?" And then just rolls right back. Like it's like the number of times we've been sitting there, and I was like, "Damn, we could like die right now. Like, is this really what I want to be doing?"
Yeah, like what comes after this? Like there's so much shit where you just
That-
randomly think these deep thoughts.
That has been a more apparent. I don't know if maybe it's our age or I don't know
Maybe the
stage
fact
that
that
we're all.
nuclear warfare is about to pop off.
But
Like,
it
there's
has
lot
been a
of
more
factors.
apparent thought for me. Not like in a depression sense, but like, man, am I doing what I want to do? Not, not like not in a bad way, but just like, should I pivot? Should I change something here
Yeah.
while I'm in this phase of life where responsibility is low? That's the reality of it. No
Yeah.
kids at the moment. None
I
of
was gonna
that.
say, really, as long as you don't have kids, responsibility is pretty low.
Yeah, you can pivot and change pretty quick. Significant others and stuff like that, and friends. But without kids, yeah, you're given a lot more flexibility.
Yeah. No, too, and even being a mom going to see this with a daughter or something like that, I wonder how
Yeah.
that would hit you from that point of view.
Yeah, I think that
from
would definitely
perspective.
be emotional.
Yeah,
And I don't want to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, say what you're gonna say.
I was going to change the scene.
All right,
I have one more scene I want to
So
mention.
so was I. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to finish the review without talking about the Depression Barbie commercial because I thought that was hilarious too.
Oh, I
I
forgot
thought that
about
was
that.
funny.
Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that one felt real too, but that was funny.
I like too how there's the point where it's at the end of the movie and they're talking about introducing ordinary normal Barbie, and Will Ferrell's character, the CEO, is like, no one wants that. And then, like, CFO
that sounds like a
CFO leans
terrible
over
idea.
and he's like, the sales are going crazy, and he's like, I love it.
I was cracking up too.
Well, yeah,
And then there
because
was
I
another
forgot
part where
about
the
that.
one guy
The
was
whole-
talking about financial, like he was just going off about taxes and shit, like
Tax
equity
evasion.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if he was talking to Ken or what, but that had me laughing.
I think it was
too.
Ruth. He was talking to Ruth because she's done it before, tax evasion. Me and Brian
Yeah.
were laughing at that.
Yeah,
They did
that
a
was
good job too of kind of like saying the wrong, and like it's more prevalent, but with like mansplaining when they're curing all the. I love the scene where they're like, "Oh, this is The Godfather. This is the first time you've ever seen it. Walk me through the whole thing scene by scene."
When they're all playing the song
guitar.
on the beach, on the beach, and then they all just get up and switch guys, and they all get pissed.
But it's so.
Starts a civil
I mean,
war
that
of
is
the
so
Kens.
true. That was a good plan. Like I thought about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, what pisses off guy? If you all flip flop, because they said that they're like, you're gonna care right up until the last minute, and then she pulls out her phone and she's moving.
That
to
was
the
funny too.
Oh,
Friend
that's
zone.
that's Ken.
Yeah.
Dude, what was? Oh, we didn't even say it. What was the name of the emotional support long distance girlfriend? Essentially, where it's like they're not their girlfriend, but they are their girlfriend. That whole thing, funny as fuck. It just describes everything.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I think those callbacks, like, he's like, "Who you texted?" Ken. He's like, they're all naked. And then even like when Ryan Gosling's talking to Barbie and he's like asking him about like, "Oh, you were dancing with so and so." He's like, "Is it Ken?"
I know it's not Alan.
Know. They just know. Which
Oh, here
Ken
it
they're
is.
talking
It's a long term, long distance, low commitment, casual girlfriend.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so ready to walk out of that theater and be like, man, Barbie was such a good message. Where my long term, long distance, low commitment girlfriend at?
Exactly.
That would have been a good tweet.
Good thread.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I'll thread it out later. I'll,
Get that on the
rock it when
small
I have
guys
my I am
as well.
enough.
We'll retweet that.
But no, I mean, all in all, I was surprised at this movie. I mean, like as much hype as it got, especially coming out simultaneously with Oppenheimer. I'm glad I saw it. I thought it was hilarious.
Now, I think one thing that I'd like to address, do you guys think this has any rewatch value? Because I don't really think it does.
Maybe with some girl that's
Streaming.
never seen it before. I'd
Yeah,
watch it,
a couple
but-
years probably.
And I
Other than
think
that.
that plays on what Brian said, that, or maybe it was Aiden, that it's good, but it feels kind of flat.
No,
The movie is kind of,
Yeah,
you
that's
take
wrong.
out the message and, yeah, this movie kind of is.
Yeah,
It's funny
again,
too, though.
It is funny.
That's
But
the
it's-
thing that
I
kept
really
me in my
appreciate the
seat, for
message
sure.
behind it, and the
Yeah.
guys or boys as we're calling them. We're the small guys. People that think this movie, message. Those are the small boys.
It would be
Yeah.
small feminists or small men for this
Those are the
episode,
small.
for sure.
Those are the
Yeah.
small boys.
Swap it out.
That's a stupid take, in my opinion.
It
I mean,
is.
hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I think it's a stupid opinion, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I think
part
it's
of it.
stupid. I mean, you go to a movie to be entertained. You don't go to
Yeah.
nitpick it and
I,
fucking.
I walked out of this and I thought it was funny and it was entertaining and had a good the last 10 minutes there when when it pans into this like message about life and everything, and you get the little slideshow of different girls and stuff growing up throughout life. I was curious. I wonder if that had any relation with maybe people at Mattel or Barbie or anything like that, or if it was completely
no, I mean, it's
random.
probably just like home videos of actual people that worked on the movie. I'm
Probably.
assuming.
Yeah, or I'm sure you can find them online too, or something like that. I mean, just to
Better
say
pay
it to, just to say it to the small-minded boys out there. I feel like if you look at a movie like Avengers Endgame, which everyone loved, I feel like that one scene where all the girls get together to get the gauntlet to the van is much more pushing a feminist agenda than this entire movie. So I just want to say like that it's a ridiculous take, and I do agree with Andrew. And I think we all agree that it's just
100%,
ridiculous. So to
dude.
hate on the movie for that is just stupid. So
No, and again,
Let me catch one of those boys that are saying that.
yeah,
hey, we feminists on this side over here. I promise you
Yeah.
that.
If any girls need some counseling regarding that statement,
you can
Just
be a
wanna
know
hang
Ken.
where to
around,
find me.
talk about your feelings. You know where I'm at.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're
I'm
a Barbie
Knuff.
out there that needs a Ken,
But again, anybody that thinks like that, they're like, oh, it's an attack. Like, watch the fucking movie. Like, the whole point
Yeah.
was that it's not Ken and Barbie. Like, he could just
Ben
be
Shapiro.
Ken. Jesus Christ! Yeah, Ben Shapiro was in there with a fucking notebook. Like,
oh, I
watch
guarantee
the
you most of these guys
movie,
haven't
you
seen
nerd.
it. Yeah,
I just saw a
guarantee you.
few like memes of him. That shit had me cracking out.
But do you guys want to get into scores?
Yeah.
Let's roll into the scores here, Josh. I think you should go first because you're Barbie.
You can.
Ken. Yeah, I can go first. I thought the movie was really funny. I think it has a lot of powerful moments in it, messages to things that I was not expecting going into it, and I'm really happy that I saw it. I had some people because I did see both, Friday and Saturday, both Oppenheimer and this, and I had people asking me like, which one's better, and I'm like, well, obviously I think Oppenheimer is, but
Obviously.
I did. Yeah, but I did think I did still enjoy Barbie. I'd still recommend it to people, and who knows, I might rewatch it in the future if it was on like a streaming or something. And because I did really think it was funny, and I enjoyed most of the movie. I do agree with these guys that it did go a little long. That's why I felt like maybe you could cut down some of the Mattel stuff because after they leave the office, I feel like the Mattel guys really don't add anything to the movie. If you took them out, nothing would have changed for the course of Barbie. So. Um, with that being said, I still did enjoy the movie. I'm going to go with an 82. I did like it. I would recommend it to people. And yeah.
82.
I'll
I'm gonna go
follow
next,
up off
Josh.
that. Oh, can never mind. Andrew, follow up on that.
Let me follow up on that. That
My
looks
fault,
kind of funny
OG.
for anyone that's watching. Yeah, I'm gonna follow up on that because the only reason I'm gonna do that is because I'm giving it an 82, same score. So that's why I want to
Nice.
follow up right on that. Movie's good. It's like I said, message disguised as a movie, but it's fun. It's good for adults and kids. The adults are gonna, appreciate the deeper meaning here. The kids are gonna enjoy, Will Ferrell and Barbie and Ryan Gosling, bouncing around being kind of goofy and a little bit of an idiot, but there's that deeper meaning behind it too. Set design, like I said, perfect. The colors in this, awesome. They did a great job with all that kind of stuff. I think Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling did great. I honestly, like, thinking back, I don't know. I'm sure maybe if I had a lineup of people, I'd have an idea, but I thought those two were pretty perfect for the roles.
Yeah, well, I can
But
go
yeah,
next.
82.
None of us really mentioned all the reviews before the movie came out, before we saw it, that Ken looks too old, or Ryan Gosling looks too old. I mean, I don't think so. I think he does a great job. And I mean, obviously it sells tickets, but I mean, they could have used the younger, because Margot Robbie's like, what, not even 30? She's like 27?
She's 33.
Really?
Yeah.
And she was
Shit,
22 when they made Wolf of Wall Street. And that
Wolf of
movie's
Wall
like
Street,
10
that's
years
why,
old,
but
isn't
I
it?
guess that came out a long ass time ago. But whatever. I think the cast
She
was
looks
great.
like she's in her 20s.
Yeah, I mean,
To your
literally.
credit. Yeah.
But no, I thought the movie was hilarious. I think the John Cena cameo, Michael Cera cameo, like, I think every actor did a good job. Even whoever plays Weird Barbie, thought that was hilarious.
Oh, it's what's her name from SNL? Why are we blanking on
Kate
her name?
McKinnon.
Kate
Yeah.
McKinnon. She's so fucking goated at playing
She's
roles
funny.
like that.
But no, I
Her
mean,
doing
I
the
had
splits on the
I had a
wall.
good time watching it, and I don't know if I'd ever rewatch it. I mean, there's got to be like a scenario in order for me to rewatch
Maybe
it.
with your mom and older sister?
Yeah, they can.
They
go
never
watch
seen it?
themselves. I'd recommend it, but no, I mean, it was good. I thought it was hilarious. So, and we also didn't mention the 2001: Space Odyssey call back in the beginning, with her being like a monolith, and then all the kids breaking all their traditional baby dolls and stuff like that, which I thought was funny because I mean, realistically, like, I mean, you got to think everyone just had a baby doll until Barbies came out.
Yeah.
And, but no, I mean, I definitely would recommend this movie. I feel confident giving it an 85, considering the fact that I love the narration of it and the fact that someone fell down the stairs during that intense, serious moment of the movie.
That was Helen Mirren, too, that did the narration.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I gotta look at the cast. And then Josh, also that one girl from the Idols in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, the cast is great.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was our Barbie review. Thank you guys for listening.
I was gonna say, did Brian go? He didn't even go. I was waiting for that.
Nah,
Oh.
he doesn't need to go.
Oh shit! Well, I am
Sorry,
a
Brian.
feminist. No, it's all good.
All right, so that was our Barbie
That was our Barbie
review.
review. Thanks,
Guys, my
for listening.
computer's gonna end up crashing here, and I'm just not even gonna give a score.
All right,
We
go
got,
ahead.
Just
we
say
got
the
Brian
score
with
and
a
then
Yeah, so
with a
this
one.
movie. Shut the fuck up, dude!
Sorry.
I'm just trying to talk Barbie so I can get all these bitches on my. No, never mind.
Ooh,
Damn.
there's children listening to this episode.
Yeah, no. So great. Yeah, it was a movie. It was definitely a movie. Again, it's hard to compete when we just watched Oppenheimer and like we were waiting months for that movie. But no, this was a good palate cleanser after watching that. I didn't go all depressed to Aiden's party. After Oppenheimer, I probably just would have been in the corner at Aiden just smoking cigarettes, pondering my life away. Barbie
I'm
just
still
set me
picking 'em
right
up.
back. But I mean, when it comes to rewatchability, probably won't rewatch it. I imagine if I do rewatch it, it's because I'm at my parents' house. My mom just has it on, and I walk by, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Barbie," and that's it. But I will say, she went to see it with my aunt and one of their friends, and they fucking loved it. Like, I got a text from my mom. She's like, "We got to talk about it," and I was like, "I can't. I'll talk to you about it after the podcast." But I mean, walking out of that theater, originally I texted my manager right away because he was wondering, because I didn't remember half the movie. I feel like it went one ear out the other. There was very forgettable moments throughout it. It was still fun while I was there. Like, the only thing that I complained about was the fact that the length at certain points felt like it was dragging. But you get to the end, it is a great message. This is a movie not necessarily for kids, but for like teenagers. Like if you're in high school and you watch that movie, like that's probably like a prime time to watch it. We're just a little older, but we understand it. We've gone through all of that, and like you said, Josh, Barbie trying to figure out her stuff while we're trying to figure out our stuff. It was nice seeing that parallel, and we've all been there. But I keep saying 8, but 80 out of 100. Yeah, sorry, 80 out of 100. But
Yeah, 80 is what I thought. I was gonna ask you.
yeah, it
I
is.
said 80.
None of us expected that, right?
And too,
That
this
was a
will
shock
probably
to
be the
all of
second
us.
movie of the year to cross 1 billion. It's at 700 million when we're recording it worldwide. So yeah, I mean, now 1 billion is a crazy number to hit. So
Yeah, I thought that. I honestly, I think I told Josh this offline that I thought Oppenheimer and Barbie. I thought Barbie would pull ahead a little bit, but I thought they'd be like really close, not like just,
Yeah, but a
not
kid
just
can't go
blow it
see
out of the
Oppenheimer.
water.
And a kid can't go see it.
I know, but I thought
Yeah, 100%.
I guess I didn't.
yeah. Well, too, and the amount of Barbie
nudity in it.
Halloween costumes we're going to see this year. I mean, usually we get some Barbies, right? But now
Josh
it's
is
going to be a
dressing
huge
up.
thing. I'm dressing up.
Josh
I'm
is
going
going to
as
be
Oppenheimer.
Barbie.
I need my Einstein.
Ryan's going to be Oppenheimer. I can probably. Hey, Aiden, let me just
You wanna
wake
be
up. My
Einstein?
hair will look.
We gotta
my hair will
paint
look
your
just
hair
like
white.
Einstein.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ken. But yeah, that was our Barbie review. Thank you guys for listening. Let's go talk Secret Invasion.
Ooh.
Ooh,
No,
secret
another thing we didn't
invasion,
mention is like
secret
if you're
invasion.